Thanks. You're probably wondering what you're doing here. Well, this is this is an completely oh my breathe, Ben. Oh, take a sip. Take a moment. This is a completely unedited video of me ranting about Sherlock Gnomes. And my camera angle is very off. Yes, I'm also watching a Great British Baking Show in the background. So, let's start this mess. Because, not to anyone's surprise, that is actually my favorite movie. Well, third favorite besides my first being Bolt, because it was made in the same year I was born, and the second one was Megamind. The third one is Sherlock Gnomes. So, I'm doing this because I made a rant on my Tumblr about how Sherlock Gnomes is compatible with everyone. I'm sorry, I'm breathing so heavy I can't breathe in this mask. I'm moving this back right here because I can't see the screen. And I'm blocking this for a moment so I can take a deep breath. Listen, this is going to be completely unedited, so I can't edit my face out. And it's going to be more difficult than anything I've ever done. I could also just choose the other mask, and that would probably be a lot easier. And that's probably what I'm going to do. That is actually what I am doing right now. Because it is loose and I can breathe somewhat. This mask that I currently have is very small. But I also have to keep this under... There we go, Galaxy Mask is back. I have to keep this under 15 minutes because YouTube decides to hate me, okay? Okay, good to know. So, you all know I'm obsessed with Sherlock Gnomes. So tell me why Mr. Gnomes is so compatible, well, somewhat compatible with almost everyone in the movie. Now, this will be word for word from my Tumblr, okay? It's all mine, okay? So, Mr. Gnomes needs someone who can tolerate him to a point, reliable, and someone to fall back on. My first choice would have obviously been his partner, Watson, who has been with him longer than any romantic partner, and was obviously hinted that they are a pair by Irene Adler. Now, I'm not sure if this spoilers, but if you haven't watched the movie, I'd advise you to actually go watch the movie, because it's not the worst. I love the movie personally, but it didn't get the best rating. I don't know why. So, anyways, Watson, first choice, obviously. My second would be Juliet, oddly enough. She stayed with him long enough to tolerate his behavior and somehow didn't leave. Now, personally, I would have not taken that level of disrespect. Miss Ma'am needs to be treated better. I love her. She's amazing. But she also sees him as stubborn as Nomeo, and that is possibly why she stayed so close. So, second, somewhat romantic partner would be Juliet. And third option is oddly Nomeo. Their stubbornness will collide, but it won't be terrible. I mean, if Sherlock were ever in terrible danger, Nomeo would probably come to save him, pulling a Nomeo in a way. So, fourth option is Irene. Why? Well, they had a falling out because of his stubbornness, but they did date at some point. At, a previous point in time, as rather hinted in the movie. She broke up with him because, he broke up with her because of a letter. He sent a letter to her. Let me think here for a moment. Like I said, unedited videos are so confusing sometimes. a letter. He broke up with her in a letter. And they were ex-married? Well, they were about to be married. She was his fiancée. I think that's also where Puss in Boots: The Last Wish kind of got that idea too. They took inspiration from how Kitty Softpaws was left at the podium. Anyways, not talking about that movie. There we go. So, they had a falling out because of his need for wanting to solve, like, every single case in London. He actually seemed a bit sad when seeing her, if not nervous. I'm assuming it's because of the bad terms they were on. Still, if he were ever, like, heavily injured and unable to get to the others, he would probably go to her, and she would, well, berate him for getting hurt, of course, but he would be healed. He would be safe. Somewhere he would be protected until he healed. A safe but unsafe lady. I love her in the movie, though. She's perfect. Her choreography on that dance part could have been better, though. Like, it felt a bit bland. You know? And lastly, Moriarty. Now, I personally have a hate for him. It's a hate-love relationship. Like, I love his character design, I love his voice, and I love his personality, but I hate him, you know? Yeah, sure. But I also have a feeling like he's like, only I can hurt Sherlock. He's my enemy. Get your own type of character, you know? He would kill another enemy for Sherlock, and then go for Sherlock himself. One of my favorite quotes from the bridge was, "You're very needy for a villain," quoted by Sherlock, meaning they do have some sort of tension between them, and they have thought about being good friends. If only Sherlock didn't, like, save every gnome, and if only Moriarty didn't try to kill every gnome, then maybe, just maybe, their minds could have worked together. But instead they work, as enemies. So, yeah. And I feel like if there was another Sherlock Gnomes movie, Moriarty would find a way to come back and persuade Sherlock into possibly joining him, but Sherlock would be too smart for that, so Moriarty would end up going for, I don't know, maybe Watson, convincing him. And then when Watson would say no, Sherlock would have to go in and save Watson from being possibly smashed. So, that's my rant. That's all I had, but this is because I haven't posted a video in a month, and I'm terribly sorry for that. My mental health has hit an all-time low. Motivation is very iffy at times, and I've been doing nothing but tests and, like, work and stuff. So, I'm so sorry. But I hope you all enjoy this video, for those who watch, and I doubt it'll be watched much. So, bye. Love you all.